Hello, beautiful people. I am Tamara Blackstock, and I'm your host for the Woman Up podcast. Welcome to another episode. So, today I'll be talking about something that is very personal, very necessary, and that will definitely hit home. How do you forgive without an apology and move on? So it does not necessarily have to be a partner. It can be a partner, a friend, a co-worker even, or a family member that has wronged you and they have never said the words "I'm sorry" to you, and you are walking around with the weight of not receiving that apology. Well, today on the Woman Up podcast, we'll be putting down those baggages. All right. So first and foremost, what is forgiveness? So let's clear this up a little bit. So forgiveness does not necessarily mean that you forget what has happened to you. It does not mean that you accept the person back into your life that has wronged you. Forgiveness is just you deciding that you're letting go of bitterness, you are moving on from those hurts, and you are going to let the past go. So it does not, you don't have to accept about the person, you just need to forgive for yourself. So forgiveness is about yourself, right? An apology, no, I like to think of an apology like a gift. So you know that sometimes I'm using this. Sometimes even for your birthday, you're not going to get a gift from everyone, right? So just look at an apology like that. Not everyone is going to give you the gift of an apology. And as individuals, we have to learn to accept that. Many persons that hurt you or did you wrong does not apologize for different reasons. So some persons do not apologize because of, how do I put this? They do not apologize because they feel like they are bigger than an apology. So because of their pride, simply put, they do not offer an apology. Some persons do not apologize because in themselves they really feel like they did not do you wrong, and because they did not do you wrong, they really do not owe you an apology. So those persons you can never ever look to and think that, okay, I am going to get an apology from that person. Whenever you hold on to anger, bitterness, resentment, it's not affecting the other person. That is why I say forgiveness is for yourself and not for the individual, because when you hold on to the bitterness and the hate, it is stealing your joy and not their joy. So just think of this, right? You might be angry. You might be, for instance, I'm using this, you're in traffic and someone bad drive you, cut in, something like that, and they are gone, and you're there and you're cursing and you're upset, and you will even be in your bed in the night thinking about what that driver did to you on the road. And meaningless to say, he is home, happy, comfortable, enjoying his sleep, because you made what that one driver did make you angry, and you did not forget what happened, and you did not forgive that driver for what he did. So you're going home with all that hate and that rage and that anger, and it's not affecting the other person. So a forgiveness is about you. It's about what you are doing for yourself and not what you are doing for the other person. I'm going to share some tips for ways of how to forgive without an apology, right? And the first tip that I'll give you is to accept the reality. What I mean by accepting the reality, it just means that you are going to accept that you may never get an apology from this person. Once you accept that, it will be easier for you to move on. The second thing that I did for myself personally was I write an apology letter of what I think that the person should have said to me in that apology. So I sit down, I take a pen and paper, and I write down that apology. After you have written down that apology, you can choose to burn it. So it's in burning it, you are helping yourself to let go and to forgive. Another thing that I did was self-forgiveness. So for the better part of when I was harboring unforgiveness and I was getting bitter, I realized that I was also blaming myself. So I was saying, oh, you allowed this to happen to you, and if you did not do that, it would not have resulted in this. And I have to forgive myself, right? I have to get aware of the fact that I really didn't do anything wrong, and even if I did, first I am going to forgive myself. So those are a few of the things that I did personally that helped me to move on without an apology. So for persons who have been in tune to my podcast from earlier on, they would have heard a story about how my ex-husband left and didn't really offer an apology, and that is one thing that I had to get over. I had to move on from without getting an apology. And it was not just him that I felt needed to apologize. Like, he did what he did, but after that, when I heard things that his family said about me, how they speak behind me, behind my back, how they even the ones I did not meet because they were living overseas, when I heard some hurtful things that was said about me, and I quote, they were calling me the W word, persons that I did not meet personally, like I only spoke to them on the phone. It makes me so angry, and I was not only mad at him, I was upset with a whole lot of other persons that I know deep down would never come to me as a woman or as a man and say, listen, I said this about you and I am sorry, because they wouldn't even say to my face. So how am I going to expect an apology from someone that has never even come to my face to say what they had to say? It was said behind my back. And this was something that I have to move on from, something that I have to forgive a whole lot of persons for, and I know that it is possible. So this is why I am talking to you. So it is possible to forgive without an apology. It is possible to move on, because you're doing all of this for yourself. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. So if there's anyone that you know that is harboring unforgiveness because they feel like they deserve an apology, please send this episode of the Woman Up podcast to them, and let us all put down the weight of our unforgiveness and move on without those apologies, because as I said before, an apology is a gift, and you will not receive every gift. Everyone will not gift you. All right, so share this episode with someone that you feel this can reach and help them feel better, feel lighter, because once you forgive, you will feel better, you will feel lighter. Just let them go. All right, so if it's your first time on the Woman Up podcast, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, like. You can comment something that you'd like to have me discuss on one of my episodes, and I will definitely do it as long as it is something that I am able to speak about. So until such time, put on those weight, man. Forgive those persons who have never apologized to you, and stay womaned up.